All right, we've done 26 interviews. This is the third week. We're really not on track, but I have definitely learned some things. From the people that I've interviewed so far, what I've learned is that they all have an issue with organization. Other thing is their mental health. And then the other big thing as well is training for employees. Now, the first two you might have been able to guess. Those are general problems that, lots of people face. And there's lots of solutions for those various types of issues. But the one that really intrigued me from talking to business owners and students, so both sides of the spectrum there, is that training isn't as good as it could be. I've talked with students at my university, and I've asked them, how has your training experience been? And I've got a wide range of responses from people that have had, full-time jobs in corporate setting to people that have had fast food jobs and restaurant or waitress or waiter settings. Most of the training that, fast food and, restaurants get is around just like, hey, look at Dave. Whatever Dave does, he's been here a long time. Just do what Dave does. And that's generally most of the training. But when you go more into these corporate settings and places they obviously have you watch these videos, training videos beforehand, there's a big interesting thing that they do. What they do is they go ahead, have you watch the video, have you answer questions. From our respondents, what we've heard is they don't listen, they don't pay attention, and they just sort of click through it to get through it. Now, for an employer, you might see an issue with that because it's like, they're not even really, they don't even understand what they're doing. And for the trainee, they're bored. This is not interesting for them. Of course, it's not going to be like a TikTok reel where you're just like swiping on it or whatever, but it should be educational for them so they're actually paying attention. So that was one thing. Interest gauging from both sides. The other big thing was when I have a question, they might have answers somewhat to it, but they never have real big answers to it. And what I mean by that is the training isn't good enough, or the training doesn't get them get their questions answered. So that's an interesting thing that we learned about through these interviews. And those were the big main three topics, and then some interesting things I heard specifically on the training side of things. Now, I've only reached 26. Now, to reach 500 interviews, that is going to take a long, long time. And if I want to complete this in the month of January, I'm going to need to switch up my current approach. My current approach is to go on LinkedIn, look at people that go to used to go to my university, go ahead, hit them up, and be like, hey, I see you're a business owner, whatever they are, and just saying, would you mind doing a 20-minute interview with me to share your perspective on challenges that you face? And so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing LinkedIn. I've been doing the connection program that is at our university. It's been somewhat successful. Out of the, I would say, 120 that I've reached out to, about probably 20 have responded with a date for scheduling. So it's been all right. There's definitely, you're not going to hit everybody. And I'm debating refining my call to action, or would you let me interview you? Just because it's, like I said before, can I get your perspective on a challenge that you face in your current role? It would be a 20-minute interview on hearing your perspective. Would that be possible? That's basically the gist. And I've said it two different ways here since I've been on the camera, but that's basically what I'm trying to say. So we are behind on our interviews. That's okay, but I need to change my approach now to figure out how can I reach these people effectively. And I've already done the personal connections where I go from one person to the next and they refer me. I've gotten a lot of different interviews scheduled now because of that. Doctors, veterinarians, people that have worked in law for years. Just different things that it's the warm connections that get me these interviews. It's not the 1,000 LinkedIn messages that I send out. Because honestly, LinkedIn messages, you send out 1,000, you probably get like 5 back. So we're still trying it though, trying to get our time dedicated to the correct places. Okay, so that's how I'm going to change my approach. What is these next couple of weeks going to look like? Because I'm doing a video every single week for the next 24 weeks. And if I want to reach revenue, I need to start moving quicker. Just like the book. It's a great book. It's a Techstars book. Do More Faster. I've been reading that recently, and I've read it before, but great book. I need to do more faster. I need to do these interviews faster. I need to get more information quicker. Who else can I reach out to? So I'm looking at my professors, and I am sending out emails later today about how can I do better? How can I get more information, get more data, and find real problems? So that's what I'm going to be doing this upcoming week. Hopefully, my goal is to reach 50 completed interviews with not just students and a couple business owners, but heavily on business owners, because those are the ones that have a large market that I've been surveying and looking at, and I think that will be the big beachhead. Is either small business owners or business owners from startups, because if they were willing to do a startup, I feel like they would be an innovator and want to adopt products or services earlier. So that's my 2 cents on that. As far as that's the future, that's currently some of the challenges that we faced, is actually going and talking to people. So that's about that. Other than that portion in this new venture development, I have been looking at different training systems. How are people currently trained right now? Just to take a look at some of the stuff I found. Let's go take a look at this. Woo! The sun is out. Okay, so let's look at some different training softwares. Let's see how to train my workers better. Let's try that. How to train your workers. Best employee training app. Oh, training software. Gusto. SkyPrep. These all seem interesting. Okay, so we can see here. I assume these are all very, I don't know, these seem like good restaurants. Okay, so you can see how employees are doing with their training. All this is very interesting. I wonder if these are like certificate compliance on track. So it seems like all of these are really, it's to train your employees, and it looks like there's a big emphasis on tracking progress, making sure everything is completed. Now, this just seems like another oh, look at that. Okay, so these are important to, these look important to employers. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, connecting, that's one. Train staff 2 times faster. Ooh, so apparently it's videos that are interactive and more interesting. Okay, so that's intriguing. Grading for modern HR tools, starting with Gusto for free. Have you run payroll yet this calendar year? Yes. Okay, let's try that. Yep. Boom. So I'm not gonna put any of that in, but okay. So it looks like they have actual HR people, easy for offer letters, onboarding easy. Now here's a testimonial that's saying, yeah, we're good. People say we're good. Okay, and this looks like they don't really show much of anything, but this is another competitor if I was to do the training. This one, let's see, SkyPrep products, interesting. So just let's see what is good to them. Okay, so again, another testimonial. Okay. And it looks like they got a couple. Yep, here's some more. So big, it looks like their value proposition is boost employee engagement, reduce time spent learning, increase knowledge retention. Okay, so it looks like these are the points or value propositions for employers, and hopefully they make it better. I mean, I don't really know, but it feels like they make it better for their clients or trainers to learn on what they're doing. Now, the one thing, and this is just from a really, course selling, that's interesting. Your training. Interesting. Okay, so they have both trainers and then trainees. Okay, so that's interesting and intriguing there. So these are like different competitors, it looks like, all three of these. So if I was to go down that route of training employees, these are the different competitors, it looks like, that we would be competing against. So that's something to keep in mind to see if we want to do it. I am very much steering away from mental health and organization apps just because there's a million of them out there, and I truly believe that the market would be way too competitive for those types of apps. It would be hard to get traction, and how are you different than other ones? Who are you going to sell to? If it was a school, like, that's going to take forever, and you're not going to gain revenue in a short period of time. You might be able to do it direct to consumer just to get a use case for the university, but I don't think that's gonna do any good. So with that, this is probably where I'm going thus far, but I want to hear from different employers what they think, and if I can talk to them and hear their thoughts. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. I know it's pretty short, but that's where we're at. Hopefully I'll have more interactive stuff for you guys next time. But that does it for this video. Thank you.